What's up, people? I'm Shaggy the Opinionated Dibby, and this is part one of my reviewing Jerry Garcia Band live albums, or just simply Jerry Garcia live albums. Um, Back in 2013, just over 10 years ago, they started a Jerry Live series that are a release of shows similar to the Grateful Dead's Dave picks or Dick's picks, all of which I've reviewed elsewhere on this channel. There's also a pure Jerry series. There's a whole bunch of live Jerry series. But we're going to go with this one for now because I own this one. I don't own all of them. Some of them I have as downloads. But this one was the first one that came out, and they did a really, really good job of picking it. So I'm going to review it, and then I'm going to rank them as I go on. This one obviously is number one at this point. Who knows, might stay number one for a while. This is a show from March 1st, 1980. It is the early and late show. And this incarnation of the Jerry Garcia Band, you got Jerry, you got John Conn on bass, you have Johnny De Francesca on drums, and you have Ozzie Ehlers on keys. And Ozzie is fantastic. Ozzie is kind of the equivalent of Jerry Garcia as a keyboardist. His keyboardists, he's only one. His keyboard sound is like, it's like a Jerry solo. He's not going for this volcano solo, for this eruptive peak. It's very exploratory, very kind of jazzy in the way that Jerry's kind of jazzy, but at the same time kind of just that jammy, soulful type thing that the Jerry Garcia Band has. Ozzie Ehlers' keyboard playing is just a highlight always. Almost every song has like a Jerry solo. Ozzie gets a nice solo. Jerry gets a solo. And Ozzie's stuff just, it works perfectly. It fits perfectly. His vibe, his playing, he's not too aggressive, but he's still got a lot to say. His keyboard sounds are just weirdly 80s, late 70s, always kind of interesting, always adding a new little wrinkle. Like most Jerry Garcia Band stuff, you're dealing with a big swelling organ sound. No, man, it's not what Ozzie's bringing. Ozzie's bringing a whole different vibe. And I think that's one of the reasons I really enjoyed this one so much, is because of his keyboard soloing. It's quite a bit different than a lot of other, like, you know, when we have Melvin or if we have Merle, just sort of a different sound. But it's so fantastic. It's so good. So this is a 3-disc set. It is both the early show and the late show. The early show is 7 songs. Jerry's doing what Jerry's doing. If you're not familiar with Jerry, he treats almost every song like a jazz number. You get the song, you get really extensive solo section. He's just soloing. He's just like, it's like a saxophonist just soloing in a jazz band. And then you go back to the song. First show opens up with Sugaree. Fantastic, fantastic Sugaree. Nice and just as you would expect a Sugaree to be. I will say this is one of those, I prefer the Dead. I think Bob's rhythm work. I think, there's a lot of things with Sugaree that the Dead, a lot of little eyebrows and little flavors that they add, but this is still an absolutely fantastic, fantastic performance. We get a Catfish John to follow. Great playing by the whole band in this one. We get a How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. Jerry does a lot of covers live, but he's just sort of this like interpreting other people's music. Really nice How Sweet It Is. And then disc 1, right now we're already clocking it at like over 30 minutes. Disc 1, which takes us close to past 50 minutes, is A Simple Twist of Fate. The only thing I maybe don't like about this release is I've never been a big fan of Jerry's interpretation of Simple Twist. It's pretty much the same, but he does different things with the lyrics, vocals that I don't think. I think Bob's delivery of it, I think that melody, and Jerry tries to play things off a little bit different. Kudos for trying, but I do think it's the one thing I'm like, oh, just stick with the original. It's so good. But the playing is fantastic. John Conn gets a really nice bass solo on here. I do wish there was a visual element, because if you've ever seen Jerry Garcia Band live, John Conn, when he gets his bass solo, when he gets all into it, his reactions and his facial expressions are just priceless. Disc 2 opens up with the rest of the early show, an awesome cover of Jimmy Cliff's Sitting in Limbo. Oh my gosh, this is so good. He does The Harder They Come in the second show, and his love of Jimmy Cliff, his interpretation of Jimmy Cliff stuff, like it's pure Jerry. Like it is just so good, so low key, so relaxed, but at the same time, just hitting all the notes perfectly. We bring up the energy for the closers. We get a really nice "That's All Right, Mama," and then followed by your typically solid deal with the really big ending, the guitar solo ending, the kind of the way the Dead were ending it from like the 80s on. Jerry was doing it first. I think Jerry brought those really fully developed, hard hitting, lengthy deals a couple years before the Dead really started delivering. So solid first show. Excellent first show. Great guitar playing, great energy. The band sounds perfect. Jerry sounds perfect, but does not compare. Does not compare to The Late Show. The Late Show is just perfect. And we get a special guest in The Late Show. Late Show opens up with Mission in the Rain, one of Jerry's best songs. Just everything about this song. Where is the show? It's not in California, right? This is the show's in Passaic, New Jersey at the Capitol Theater. So we're not getting that San Francisco love for Mission in the Rain. But what a fantastic song. Just the lyrics, the emotions, the thoughts behind it. Just absolutely perfect. Beautiful. When he starts it off, the crowd goes crazy. They know they're in for a treat. Then we get a That's What Love Will Make You Do. Khan's bass on this is fantastic. Great energy. Just great, awesome, good Jerry vibes. That's the end of disc 2. Disc 3 kicks off with Russian Lullaby. Different version than the studio version, which was just some awesome acoustic shredding and showing off by Jerry. This is but awesome stretched out version of this. Really nice solos. Khan gets his bass solo in this one for this show. And then what for me might be the highlight of this show, another Jimmy Cliff cover, The Harder They Come. The way Jerry plays The Harder They Come, he really doesn't lean too hard into that dun 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 dun. It's not this loud over the top thing. It's really just riding in this groove, man. And his delivery of the lyrics on this song are so fantastic. Jimmy Cliff was such an awesome artist, and I just think Jerry brings just the right sort of hopeful energy to this song. It's just like almost like you've already succeeded and now you're just celebrating your win type energy. It's just, I've always loved it's not in the midst of the fight Jerry energy. It's like we've already fought and won, but now we're just going to celebrate that the harder they come, the harder they're going to fall. I just absolutely love it. Then Robert Hunter comes out. And they do two Robert Hunter songs. Hunter's singing voice is not really a singing voice. It's just, he's a storyteller. He's like a singing storyteller. We get this really awesome upbeat Tiger Rose that sounds like it could have been a Bob Weir early first set song, like a cowboy song slot type vibe. I think Weir could have done a fantastic job with this. And then we get Promontory Rider, which has this slinkier, slightly darker, just kind of groovier type vibe to it. A little more jam oriented, though it still only clocks in at like 6 minutes. But a really nice treat. And I think I've always had a hard time with Hunter as a solo artist because over the course of songs, his voice, I don't think is the greatest thing, but it works really well here. And I think you can tell he's playing acoustic guitar on this. You can hear that he's playing some harmonica. His songs have really good energy. It just fits really well in the show. And then they follow that with Midnight Moonlight. Probably one of my favorite, just feels this, the lyrics about this, San Antone, come down to the Alamo Mission, baby. Just the energy of this to close us out was always just some of the best energy ever. Just one of those really feel good, pick me up type Jerry set ending songs. And then to close out the show, we just get a devastating Dear Prudence. Jerry's Dear Prudence is. It's like he's taken, it's already has that Crazy Fingers energy Dear Prudence does with that, that progression and, the way the song develops. And Jerry kind of leans into that psych funkiness of it. And it's just, it's just Dear Prudence. His covers of this are just special. But yeah, this is a great release. Obviously, it's ranked number 1 so far in my Garcia Live series. So I'm not going to put that up there. You know what 1 looks like, and it's Garcia Live Volume 1. But this is If you're looking to get into Jerry, check out his live stuff. This is a fantastic place to start. His playing is great. Ozzie's keyboard playing is great. The rhythm section is great. The song selection is fantastic. 2 shows, but it's Jerry, so of course there are no repeats. The Robert Hunter thing is kind of nice and gives you a taste of what he's like. Yeah, just really, really, really good stuff. Highly recommend it. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know if you check it out. Let me know your thoughts on this. It's definitely a vibe. Jerry is very much a feel-good, take-it-easy type vibe. But if you like it, there's so much out there to love. But yeah, that's my number 1 so far. Garcia Live, Volume 1. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, do all that kind of stuff. Drop some comments down there below. And go listen to Garcia, man. Such tasty, tasty music. All right, thanks for watching. Peace. Talk to you later.